The smell of cake and laughter filled the air as Emma's ninth birthday began with bright balloons and cheerful chaos. Mr. Jingles, the hired clown, painted a wide grin on his face and made everyone laugh, but something about his eyes made her uneasy. When the last guest left, the lights flickered and the clown waved goodbye. Yet Emma swore he never went out the door. Her parents smiled, assuming she was tired. That night, her mother heard soft thuds from the hallway and dismissed it as the house settling. But the next morning, muddy clown footprints trailed from Emma's closet to the kitchen. The air carried the faint metallic smell of rust and face paint. Her father cleaned up quickly, calling it a prank, but Emma refused to enter her room. She whispered before bed, "He's still behind the door." The nights grew longer, colder, and filled with the sound of faint giggles and rubber squeaks. Emma's parents, growing worried, set up a baby monitor in her room. The next morning, her mother reviewed the footage. Nothing visible, but a slow, deep breathing filled the audio. It wasn't Emma's. The sheriff said the noises were the old pipes expanding. Yet that night, balloons appeared tied to Emma's window latch, moving slightly even without wind. The old neighbor, Mr. Clark, stopped by when he saw them cleaning the porch. His face turned pale when Emma mentioned the clown's name. "You didn't bring him back, did you?" he muttered. Her mother froze. "Back from where?" she asked. Mr. Clark's hands shook as he whispered, "That room. It's where he waited. They never found his body." Emma's father couldn't rest. He searched through town records and discovered that their house on Willow Street had been abandoned for nearly 2 decades. An old newspaper clipping showed a photo of a smiling clown at a child's birthday party, the same face as Mr. Jingles. The article said he vanished during a performance, leaving behind only his mask and a blood-soaked glove. That night, Emma sat on the floor drawing. Her father smiled until he saw what she had drawn, a clown beside her bed, with red on his gloves. "He told me to draw him," she said softly, "so he can remember who he was." Her father tore up the drawing and burned it in the sink. But the next morning, ashes in the shape of a smile appeared on the wall above Emma's bed. They decided to seal the closet door for good. Her father hammered wooden boards until the sound echoed through the quiet house. But at 3:17 a.m., the floorboards began to shake. The temperature dropped suddenly, their breath visible in the air. From behind the sealed closet came 3 knocks, slow and deliberate. The house fell still before a voice whispered, "You can't lock me out." Emma screamed, pointing at the mirror. Her reflection wasn't moving with her. Her mother grabbed her, horrified to see the reflection grin on its own. The mirrors fogged from the inside, revealing faint red fingerprints. When Emma finally spoke again, her voice was different, deeper. "He just wants his face back," she said, staring at the closet. When the sheriff came to investigate, he tore open a section of the wall and uncovered a hidden photograph. Children standing beside a clown at a carnival, dated 1985. Every child in that photo was listed as missing. Searching the attic, Emma's father found a trunk labeled "Property of Jingles." Inside were porcelain mask pieces, a blood-stiffened glove, and a small child's shoe. The smell of old grease paint and something decayed filled the air. The sheriff tried to dismiss it as evidence from an old case, but when they turned around, the trunk had closed itself. Emma stood in the doorway humming the same tune from the photograph, her eyes unfocused. The sheriff left quickly, but outside, he found clown footprints in the snow leading to nowhere. The next morning, posters appeared on trees and telephone poles. "Mr. Jingles' One-Night Carnival, this Friday." No one knew who had put them up. The townspeople thought it was a prank until children began finding red balloons tied to their windows. Emma disappeared the night before the carnival. Her parents followed the trail of balloons to the abandoned fairgrounds, where rusted rides suddenly whirred to life. The carousel spun slowly, the music warping and echoing. Emma's mother called her name, but the only reply was laughter coming from the ticket booth. Behind the glass, a reflection of the clown waved with a gloved hand, whispering, "Welcome back to the show." Inside the funhouse, everything smelled like rotting candy and wet paint. The walls were lined with mirrors, but each one showed Emma trapped inside, pounding silently. Her parents moved closer, terrified, as the reflections flickered, the clown appearing behind them in each one. His body elongated, painted grin stretching beyond human limits. "You opened the door when you believed again," His voice echoed from everywhere. They realized he had fed on their fear, trapped between both worlds. The mother pressed her hand against the glass, and her reflection smiled before she did. "He's waiting," Emma's voice whispered from behind the mirrors. With trembling resolve, the mother stepped forward, breaking through the reflection's surface. Flames consumed the funhouse as screams and laughter tangled in the smoke. The mother pulled Emma through the mirror, collapsing as the clown's painted face melted away in the fire. The town said it was an electrical accident, but long after, people claimed to hear faint carnival music when the wind passed the ruins. Months later, a new family moved into the same house. Their young son explored the closet and giggled as he found a small wooden door hidden behind coats. "Mommy, look what I found," he said happily, holding a red balloon tied to the handle. His mother smiled, until they both heard a soft knock from behind it. Then came a whisper, low and playful. "Knock, knock. Who's laughing now?"